Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today we're going to be talking about the Vulcan power armor, if it's the best power armor, if it's a good power armor. We're going to talk about all the mods for it as well. I'll give you recommendations. Let's get into it here, shall we? Okay, so this is the Vulcan power armor. I think it's an absolute beauty, and yeah, it is not easy to get. I totally understand if you're a beginner player and this frustrates you a little bit, but you do have to do raids in order to get the power armor pieces, the power armor plan pieces, and the mods for the power armor. I will link a video in the description giving you a complete tutorial on how to complete the raids, and I will link a video in the description giving you a build that will get you through the raids quite easily. And yeah, just keep practicing, everybody. I know if you're a beginner, this is easier said than done, but you got to start somewhere, right? We all had to start from somewhere, and these raids are not easy. But just keep practicing, and hopefully you can get these plans as fast as possible. And I'm just throwing this out there. I will link a video in the description explaining you can just farm the first stage of the raid over and over again and get all the mods, all the power armor pieces, and all the plans for the power armor pieces just from farming the first stage. Now, why do you want this power armor? Probably for the 25% AP regen and the fusion core duration. I'm not going to tell you guys why those two are good. They're obviously awesome things, but there may be some mods on this power armor that you're not aware of that other power armors don't have, so it might be another reason why you want it, so we're going to get into those here. Okay, let's get into the mods here. Now let's start with the left leg. I'll probably just cover the left leg because I would recommend the same thing on the right leg. And that would be the calibrated shocks, but the good thing about the Vulcan power armor is it is extremely versatile. There is a lot of options once you learn all the plans, so I'm just going to go through these, but I would recommend calibrated shocks for both the legs. Of course, you have the cooling vent, which is minus 5% power armor battery drain rate. We have the elastic servers, which is 50% extended power armor jump height. That's an interesting one. +1 action point regen while moving. No mod, which was what you don't want. Optimized servos, 20% action point cost for sprinting. And overdrive servos, which is 10% sprinting speed, which is nice. Again, I would recommend the calibrated shocks. You have the same mods on the right leg as well, and again, I would recommend the same thing on that leg. Let's get into the torso here. I'm using the kinetic dynamo. Some people like to use a jetpack. You can see I have tons of jetpacks here. Just ignore all of those. We're going to get into some of the other plans you can learn here. You won't be able to learn the jetpack plans that I have here that have an atom symbol beside it if you didn't get them off a previous scoreboard. Some of them may be available for bullion or in the atomic shop if you're wondering, but basically got these from previous scoreboards. But you can learn Blood Cleanser, which is 50% chance to get addicted when consuming chems. The Core Assembly, a good old classic one, 6% action point regen. We have the Emergency Protocols, which is definitely another favorite one to use. 50% damage taken and 25% move speed when health is below 20%. Jetpack. Kinetic Dynamo. I like this one, actually. Restore action points by 20% of damage taken. Medic Pump, another good one. Automatically uses a stim pack when below 50% health. Motion Assist Servos, 2+ strength. Maybe you're a melee build, and that would work for you if you're using an auto axe, maybe. Reactive Plates, 50% melee damage reflection. That's an interesting one. Reflection Assembly. Melee attackers bleed for 150 damage over 5 seconds. Stealth Boy activates invisibility while crouched. Tesla Coils deals 5 energy damage to nearby targets. And then again a jetpack. So again, I like to use the Kinetic Dynamo, but there's definitely some other useful mods in here. Again, it just really depends how you're playing. Now let's get into the arms, which are probably the least useful thing to mod. Again, kind of like the legs, I will recommend putting the gimbal bracers on. Once you get it, of course. Easier said than done. I know, I understand you guys. This stuff isn't all easy to get. But when you do, I would suggest the gimbal bracers. It gives you 15% more hipfire accuracy and 15% scoped accuracy. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but once I show you the other ones, you'll see why I lean towards this one. 15 plus unarmed damage and 7% incoming damage. That's there anyway. Yeah, 7%. Okay, because I was going to say that would make it good. Hydraulic bracers is, yeah, unarmed damage. And then we have no misc mod. Optimized bracers is minus 25% power attack action points. Maybe good for the auto axe. We have plus 9 unarmed bleed damage over 3 seconds with the Rusty Knuckles. Tesla bracers, you can see it's like mostly, for melee themed users. So you would probably find this useful if you're a melee user. If you're not, then probably go with the gimbal bracers. Like I said, the arm stuff is mostly for melee stuff. Ultra sight bracers, melee attacks apply poison and radiation damage on contact, which is another interesting one. So again, I go with the gimbal bracers, but that may not be what you're going for. And yeah, of course you can put paints on it as well. Now, let's get into the effects. Now, a couple of them you can see I have poisoners on. Now, that's just because I love running raids with this Vulcan power armor. And if I would even have it on anyway. If you're not running a Union power armor, this is a good thing about running raids with a Union power armor too, because you don't need to have this on. You can just put powered on. But I like to have a mix of powered and poisoners for this. 3 poisoners, actually, if you're running raids, I feel is more than enough to keep you alive in there once you have all the right stuff. Of course, overeaters for a number 1 effect. Maybe aristocrats. What else do we have here? Definitely overeaters or aristocrats I would definitely recommend. Maybe you want chameleon though, but it's just my recommendations. Again, for this power armor, I would go poisoners or powered, but maybe you want strength because you're a melee build, so just, recommendations here. And pack rats, I would probably switch this out for an arms keeper. I probably didn't have one at the time, so I'll probably put arms keeper on here. I feel like that's one of the better ones to have for a 3rd effect on power armor. And with 4-star effects, oh my god, like Aegis is good. Rangers could be good. Reflective is okay. I would lean towards scanners over reflective, or even rejuvenators over that. Scanners is good. It really depends what you're doing, everybody. I'm using a full set of scanners, but this was before I realized how good limit breaking is as well. So I actually have 2 limit breaking and 3 scanners on my Union right now, and it is absolutely fabulous. So I do want to test a full set of rejuvenators. It's good as well. It really depends what you want to go for. But yeah, if I really had to recommend, I would go limit breaking, probably rejuvenators and scanners if I had to recommend 3. But that's just how I play, right? Now let's talk about if the power armor is good. Yes, it is definitely good. I would say it is easily arguable that this is the best power armor. You can see it can take an absolute beating, but I would say most power armors would be able to take a beating like this with the right build. So with that said, I'm just saying it all depends how you play. I would just take into consideration those extra mods, the extra AP regen, and the fusion core duration. If that's something that you're interested in, then this is probably a power armor for you. Personally, I'm still running around in the Union power armor. I like the extra carry weight, I like the poison resistance on it, and again, that's just how I play. So my opinion is it's definitely up there and definitely arguable that it is the best power armor. It has a lot of bells and whistles on it, that's for sure. And yeah, that's my overall, opinion of the power armor, which is really all this is, everybody. Just trying to, get you guys, into this if you want it or not. And maybe it's not worth the grind to you. Maybe it is. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If there's anything I should add to this, I'll pin your comment. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a pleasant evening, everybody.